A dog freezes at the edge of a room. No barking, no growling, just watching. Across the room, a man smiles and continues talking. Everyone seems comfortable. Nobody notices anything unusual, except the dog. Hours later, long after the visitor leaves, the animal is still staring at the door. Most people would call this coincidence. But stories like this appear everywhere. Dogs refusing to approach certain people. Horses becoming visibly nervous around strangers. Cats avoiding one person while trusting everyone else. For centuries, humans have asked the same unsettling question. Can animals sense evil? Most people assume the answer belongs somewhere between folklore and superstition. But modern science points towards something far stranger. Because animals may not be sensing evil at all. They may be sensing reality. Every wild creature lives inside a world of constant threat assessment. A deer standing peacefully in a field is not relaxed. A rabbit nibbling grass is not distracted. Their nervous systems are continuously scanning for danger. Movement, posture, scent, sound. Tiny signals that determine whether they survive another day. Humans once lived this way too, but civilization changed us. We learned to trust words. Animals never did. A predator can smile. A predator can speak softly. A predator can appear harmless. But the body is always revealing information. Researchers have discovered that dogs can detect subtle changes in human behavior that often escape conscious attention. Small inconsistencies, tiny shifts in movement, moments when actions and intentions fail to perfectly align. The dog notices. The human often doesn't. And that difference matters. Because evil rarely announces itself. Violence begins long before violence occurs. Cruelty exists before the cruel act. Every dangerous decision starts as an invisible process unfolding inside a mind. Long before anyone gets hurt, something changes. Breathing patterns, body tension, eye movements, attention. Signals too subtle for most people to consciously recognize. Yet animals evolved specifically to notice what others miss. For millions of years, survival depended on detecting danger before danger became visible. The creatures that failed to do so disappeared. The creatures that succeeded became our modern animals. This may explain why so many stories feel almost supernatural. In some documented cases, dogs have detected seizures before they happen. Others have identified illnesses before medical diagnosis. Again and again, animals demonstrate an ability to perceive patterns hidden beneath the surface. Not because they possess magical powers, because they inhabit a sensory world far richer than our own. And this creates an uncomfortable possibility. What if animals sometimes recognize dangerous intentions before humans do? History offers countless examples of people who appeared trustworthy. Friendly neighbors, respected citizens, ordinary faces, until the truth emerged. Most people imagine evil as something obvious, but reality is rarely so generous. The most dangerous individuals often appear completely normal. That is what makes them dangerous. Researchers still debate exactly how much animals understand. There is no evidence that a dog possesses a human concept of morality. It doesn't know what evil means. It doesn't judge character in the way people do. But perhaps that misses the point entirely. Maybe morality is not what animals are detecting. Maybe they are detecting risk. And risk is something nature understands perfectly. A wolf does not need philosophy to recognize a threat. A horse does not need ethics to sense danger. A dog does not need a definition of evil to become uneasy around someone whose behavior doesn't match their appearance. What we call instinct may actually be millions of years of evolutionary intelligence operating beneath conscious thought. An ancient system designed for one purpose: survival. So, can animals sense evil? Science cannot answer that question with certainty. Researchers continue to investigate. The data remains incomplete. But perhaps the more interesting question is not about animals. Perhaps it is about us. Because while animals spend their lives reading the world exactly as it is, humans often see the world through stories, assumptions, and expectations. We trust explanations. Animals trust signals. And sometimes, those signals reveal truths that words carefully hide. Maybe that is why these stories continue to fascinate us. Not because animals possess supernatural abilities, but because they remind us of something we have partially forgotten. Beneath language, beneath culture, beneath civilization itself, reality is always speaking. The question is whether anyone is still listening.